I've played a lot of sports, but mainly I love football a lot. And I've played for my school. I've played in an academy. But then, obviously there was always that point where you have to decide whether or not you want to become a professional. So I think, I was trying to figure that out, and I realized that, I didn't have what it takes to become a professional player. So, why not try and do something else? And then in 11th standard, I got introduced to economics, and I took economics in school. And that's when my father also was talking to me about how I could combine the two and get into, there was a sports agent that I could become. I think when I had finally narrowed down on the fact that I wanted to do sports management, my dad started looking at a few, companies that could help me with the process. Mm-hmm. And then I think at one point I spoke to Divya from Galvanize. We sat down and had a conversation when I was in 11th standard itself. And I was quite happy with how she noted down what I'd done and what I would like to do in the future, and how I can bring it all together into one big story for my. First started off with university shortlisting. So we had come up with a list, and then Divya helped us with narrowing it down. There were quite a few. There were about 20 colleges, and she helped us narrow it down to 12. By the criteria, the program itself, pricing, then where it is also, and the rankings, and how my interests fit into the interests of the school itself. So she helped us narrow that down, and then we started with the Common App and the entire application, and she helped me a lot with looking at details that I thought weren't necessary, and really helped refine my application to make it a lot more suited to what colleges are looking for. So she helped a lot with that, and then we moved on to the essays, and that was a big portion of the application process itself, and she helped a lot with that. We sat down, we had a lot of calls together once a week, I think, or even more often than that, and we sat down and we would brainstorm ideas. Then I would write a draft and I would bring it back to her, and we would sit together and review the essay. So overall, it was a very involved experience that I enjoyed thoroughly. Definitely the way that Divya helped me, as I mentioned earlier, how involved she was, and it was like talking to a friend, and a friend was helping me write my college essays, because towards the middle part, if you're applying to 12 colleges, that's probably 2-3 essays per college. So at the end, you're writing, about 30 essays maybe. So, when you're about 10 essays done, I felt that Divya really understood me and understood, the path that I was setting on. And so in that sense, it got far more personal than just an admissions counselor or, some agency helping me with my college writing. Studying abroad, I would definitely say if you're able to do it, then that's definitely an option that you should explore, because it's great to see the world and understand what it's like outside, how different cultures are and how they react to different things. So that's something that I would definitely encourage among everyone. I would say personal is one. Involved, I mean, if there's a word to describe hard work, then that would be one. And I would say dedication from both ends.
The thing was, Dhuruv is a US citizen. So, I think when he was young itself, he did want to go back to study in the US. I mean, that was one thing which was there in his mind. He's been in India. I don't know whether you have said that, Dhuruv, that you've been in India since he was in 2nd grade. So, there's always a part of him that feels, he felt and, that he wants to go back to study. I feel, honestly, that they need an external help other than their parents. Because, even if the parents are qualified, for the very reason that they're more likely to listen. What I liked was she developed the relationship with Dhuruv, and at the same time we were connected. So we had a common WhatsApp group, We were not there on every call, but if I wanted to, I knew she was meeting him at that call. I could have, logged in. I could have listened to what he was saying. I could have given my inputs. Everything was shared on a drive. So, whatever essay Dhuruv wrote, we all read it. Her comments we read. We could write our comments. So there was this connect altogether happening. Galvanize is very professional. Is very professional, and at the same time has a very personal connect with your child, and helps them through the process, and makes it very streamlined for them. So that would be streamlined, professional, personal. Helps maintain a deadline for them, maintains a schedule for them. Would be my takeaway, at least from my sense. Even as a parent, for me, right, to keep the schedule of what these are the submissions due today, these are the submissions due, when can we do the submission, all of that process.